And now, your first alert forecast with meteorologist Kyle Dickens.
Well, everybody has been wanting the spring weather. Well, it's finally here, and with that, we got the threat for some severe weather as we head into the day tomorrow. We're going to talk about those details. But right now, if you've stepped outside, it's definitely a lot warmer out there here in the metro. Look at that, 67 degrees. Far cry from where we were yesterday morning. It feels like 67 as well. Haven't seen that in a while where we haven't had a wind chill. And southeast wind at 17 really helping pump up those warm temperatures. Clearly here you can see where there is a warm front that has just moved through. Look at that, 68 down in Keokuk, but up to the north, 52 in Dubuque, where it hasn't made it quite that far yet. And you can see that warm front right about there. This is water vapor. We don't show this very often, but what this is kind of showing you is what we're setting up for the day tomorrow. This blue is the moisture. We get that warm Gulf air. Now it's starting to feed up into the Great Plains and eventually into our area, starting to kind of get here. And that's going to all be fuel for thunderstorm activity as we head into the day tomorrow. Again, we're talking about the possibility of significant severe weather across the two-state. Let's time it out for you with Exact Track. Start the clock here at 10 o'clock tonight. We'll see some clouds. Clouds are going to be pretty consistent. Might even squeeze out a quick shower in areas to the east. You can see temperatures 57, it's upper 50s for most of the area. But once we get to tomorrow, this is where we need you to start to think about where you're going to be and being weather aware, especially as we get to the afternoon hours. First wave, we are at noon here, and we start the development down here towards Burlington. And again, location specific doesn't really matter. These storms might fire anywhere. We get one wave to move through by 2 o'clock. We get some clearing. Watch this temperature jump up here. Okay, that clearing happens, boom, we're in the 70 degrees. Once that happens, that dew point rises. Look at this. We get supercells to develop here by 5 o'clock. You can see it jump there with an update, but we get these individual discrete supercells. These storms will have the potential to produce significant severe weather, including large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes. And folks, we are looking at the threat for maybe a few strong tornadoes possible within these. That progresses off. Here we are at 6 o'clock. Our eastern counties now getting to the mix of things. Princeton, Kewanee, down towards Galesburg, up towards the Sauk Valley area, and then up the line here east of the river. All likely, again, all modes of severe weather possible as well. That continues to trek out by 7 o'clock. Most of that activity is out of our area. Check this out on the back end of this. Look at that snow. And that temperature dropping down into the 30s. So very dynamic spring storm system that's moving through. This is another thing we want to show you that's really kind of got our guard up here. Here we are Friday afternoon. This is called the significant tornado parameter. It kind of takes a bunch of different factors here and says, okay, this is the area the computer thinks that there could be significant tornadoes. And you can see we're definitely, the entire TV6 viewing area throughout the afternoon and evening is pretty well elevated in that risk. So something that we don't see very often, and something, again, that certainly has us on watch for this situation tomorrow. The other thing, too, is we have a lot of shear in the atmosphere. And what that means is as you go, so we go to the surface, and as you kind of rise up in the atmosphere, we got winds moving at all different directions. At the surface from the southeast, and as you go up, starts to turn to the west. When that happens, those thunderstorms build, that updraft starts to rotate, and then boom, you get a tornado. That is one of the reasons we're really concerned with tomorrow. For that, we've got a level 4 out of 5, kind of rare for our area here, risk for severe weather. Tornadoes, damaging winds, looking pretty likely, folks. So again, significant situation. We're pretty much in the bullseye. That's one area that we're watching. You can see also down there towards Jonesboro, Arkansas, also in the threat. Best thing to do, folks, be prepared, know where you're going to be, have a plan. We'll get through this, folks. Nothing to be alarmed of. Don't be scared. Just be aware of what where you're at and what you can do to stay safe. Temperatures for tonight dropping down not very far, pretty consistent, and maybe some thunderstorm activity here in the morning hours. We're going to have your most reliable forecast after a quick break.
You won't read about my mom in the history books, but she's going to change history forever. You'll never learn about her in school, but she'll redefine everything we know. She's not a scientist or a doctor, but she's going to help save a lot of lives. My mom works at Mediacom, and they're going to bring us one of the world's first 10G broadband platforms. Mom says, dream big.
Warm tomorrow storms, first alert day in effect. We drop temperatures on Saturday with that snow chance. We warm right back up and bring more thunderstorm and even maybe some severe weather once we get to Tuesday, something we're going to watch, but definitely a more spring-like pattern.
Coming up, how a piano player in Colorado who just turned 104 years old is showing she still knows how to tickle